Dear friends, today we will discuss the types of equilibria, perfect gas equilibria, and equilibrium constant for gaseous reaction in the form of concentration and the pressure. We will discuss in today's lecture. We will start with the types of equilibria. This concept is very simple. There are two types of equilibria, that is homogeneous equilibria and heterogeneous equilibria. Suppose we have hydrolysis of ester. This ester is there and you hydrolyze it, you will obtain the CH3COOH and plus CH3OH. In this case, H2 is in liquid form, this ester is in liquid form, acetic acid is in liquid form, and that alcohol is also in liquid form. Okay, therefore all the reactant, this is the reactant is in same phase, that is liquid one, product is also same phase, that is liquid one. Okay, all reactants and products are in same phase, that is in this case they all are there in liquid phase. That equilibria is called as the homogeneous equilibrium. Another example, that is the Haber process. Okay, by using the ammonia you will obtain that is the ammonia in the gas form is also gas form, and nitrogen is also gas form. In this reaction equilibrium you can find that the product is also in gas form and all the reactants are in gas form. Therefore the same phase, means the same phase, gaseous, liquid and waters, the solid, liquid and gases, these are the phases. And if your reactant and the products all are in same phase, then this type of equilibrium is called as the homogeneous equilibrium. Okay, in this process of Haber reactant, ammonia is also gas form, and all these reactant nitrogen gas form, and your hydrogen is also in gas form. Therefore reactants and products are all are in same phase, and that is the homogeneous equilibrium. Okay, now the heterogeneous equilibrium. Suppose we have the decomposition of NaHCO3, you will obtain the Na2CO3 plus H2O plus CO2. Okay, that type of decomposition of sodium hydrogen carbonate, sodium bicarbonates. In this case, this is in the solid form. This sodium carbonate is in solid form, liquid, and the gas form. You found that product and reactants have the different phases. Okay, in this case solid, that NH3 solid, and your product is one phase is the solid, one other phase liquid, all three phases is present in the product. Therefore such type of our reactions or equilibriums are the heterogeneous equilibriums. One of the example is the decomposition of calcium carbonate, CO plus CO2, gas form, it is a solid form, and calcium carbonate is a solid form. Okay, this reaction is also heterogeneous equilibrium because the product obtained, one is the gas form, other is the solid form, and reactant is the solid form. Therefore the phases, reactant phases and the product phases are different. Therefore in this reaction, this equilibrium is the heterogeneous equilibrium. Now we will study the perfect gas equilibrium. Okay, by using this we will obtain one of the quantity, that is a Q, that is called as the reaction quotient, This quantity is decide whether reaction is forward is possible or whether reaction backward is possible. By using this reaction quotient, we can predict the forward reaction or backward reaction is possible. The equilibrium, by comparing equilibrium constant is the values obtained at only at the position of the equilibrium, but reaction quotient will obtain at any time. Okay, therefore these two quantity at the equilibrium is the same, but at at the point without the equilibrium or leaving the equilibrium, excluding equilibrium, the reaction quotient is different from the that is the equilibrium, that is Kc. At the Q is equal to Kc only at the equilibrium. Okay, these facts we will discuss in as our lecture proceeds. That facts will become and we will discuss at that time. Okay, we will start with, if suppose we have reactant A gives the product piece. Okay, that is for the gas form, perfect gas equilibrium we are obtaining equation. Okay, therefore for this we have Ga and Gb, that is the gives free energy for that reactant is the Ga, and the gives free energy for the product is Gb. Okay, therefore change in gives free energy we have discussed in first lecture, that is the summation of the number of moles of the product and that is a gives free energy of product minus number of moles of reactant and gives free energy of the reactant. That equation we have discussed. Okay, by using this equation we can give the gives free change in, that is delta means the change in gives free energy is equal to given by the final state Gb minus Ga, where the delta G is the change in free energy, Gb is the change in free energy for the product, and Ga is the change in free energy for the reactant. Okay, we have one formula. By using that formula we can put the values of Ga and Gb and Ga in this equation. That formula, you remember that formula, that is the Ga is equal to G naught, that is standard gives free energy for a reactant, plus RT ln Pa. Okay, that formula we will number of times use for the measuring of the gives free energy. Okay, this gives free energy for reactant, and this is the standard. The not means the standard gives free energy for a reactant. Temperature and the gas constant. R is the stand for the gas constant, T is the temperature, and Pa is a partial pressure for gas A, and Pb will be the partial pressure for gas B. Okay, therefore Gb is equal to given by the standard gives free energy for B plus RT ln Pb. Okay, this is the equation we will memorize and will put in this equation. Okay, therefore by putting these values, delta G is equal to Gb is the G naught B RT ln Pb minus G naught A plus RT ln Pa. Okay, that is the Gb, the value is will put in this equation, G naught B plus RT ln Pb minus G naught B plus RT ln P. Okay, the same quantity we will take near to each other. Delta G naught B and G naught A, that is the gives free energy for product and reactant. We will make same quantity, we will take the at the same side or same okay, near to each other. Therefore G naught B minus G naught A, and at this point plus RT ln PB minus RT ln PA. Okay, this is simple by mathematical way we can so summarize, or we will take the same quantity that gives free energy at the at the one bracket and other same quantity at the other bracket. Okay, therefore G naught B minus G naught A, that is the standard free energy minus product minus standard free energy of reactant, is nothing but the delta G naught. Okay, for a reaction, delta G naught for a reaction. Okay, delta G total gives a change energy for a reaction is equal to delta G naught 0 plus RT ln is the common RT ln in bracket RT in bracket ln PB minus ln PA. You can write like that, ln PB upon PA. This is by using this equation we can find out, if you know the partial pressures, we can find out the gives free energy for a reaction. Okay, that equation we have obtained. In this equation, the quantity that is PA upon PB is nothing but the reaction quotient. Okay, therefore Q is equal to PB upon PA is nothing but the reaction quotient. And this reaction quotient is very important to predict whether forward reaction is easy or backward reaction is easy, whether the reaction equilibrium is shifted, whether reaction is equilibrium shifted to the right hand side means it will obtain the easily obtain the product, or whether reaction is shifted to the left hand side means from the product you obtain the reactant. We can predict by using the reaction quotient. If suppose for a reaction, if suppose we have the reaction A moles of A, B moles of B, you will obtain C moles of C plus D moles of D. Then the reaction quotient for the reaction is given as Q is equal to, that is concentration of C raised to C product, okay, concentration of product upon concentration of reactant raised to A and B raised to B. Okay, same equation we have seen, that is the Kc equilibrium is equal to C naught C and D naught D upon A naught A upon B naught B. This equation we have seen as a equilibrium constant, but remember that the equilibrium constant and the reaction quotient are the two different quantities, because equilibrium constant value is obtained when reaction is at equilibrium but the reaction quotient we can obtain at any stage of reaction. Okay, suppose you want to measure this value by observing the concentration of the product at any stage, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 10 minutes, you can obtain the values of reaction quotient. But remember that the equilibrium constant value is obtained at equilibrium only. Okay, remember that. Okay, therefore at equilibrium reaction quotient will be equal to equilibrium constant only at equilibrium. By observing reaction quotient value and the equilibrium constant for a reaction, we can predict whether the reaction is forward or whether the reaction is the backward is the possible. Okay, there is the three condition. If Q is equal to Kc, first condition is the, and then second condition is the Q is less than Kc, and third one is the Q is more than Kc. Okay, these three conditions at the equilibrium. Okay, both reaction, forward reaction and backward reaction, both are the simultaneous possible, and both is the constant one. Okay, forward reaction also possible and backward reaction equally possible. Then Q is equal to Kc, and that condition is the equilibrium condition. At the equilibrium, Kc is equal to Q, but at the start, product is the less, therefore Q value is the less. Therefore, Q value if the less at the start, more and more reactant is there and more forward reaction is possible, because more and more product is obtained. In this case, Q is the more means more means the number of product is, this quantity is more means the number of product concentration obtained is more. Therefore, number of product concentration obtaining more. Therefore, the reactant from this product obtaining in more in quantity. Therefore, if Q is less than Kc, then for forward reaction or equilibrium is shifted to the right hand side, and if Q is equal to Kc, that means the equilibrium is attained, and if Q is the more than the Kc, then backward, because backward reaction is favorable, because number of product is obtained is more, because reaction rate is depends upon the reactant concentration increases, the product we obtaining is the increase. Okay, by using the reaction quotient we can predict the whether forward reaction is possible or backward reaction. If Q is the less than Kc, then forward reaction is possible. If Q is equal to Kc, then equilibrium is obtained. No forward reaction, no backward reaction is there. There is equilibrium is there. Forward reaction as well as backward reaction equally is possible. And if Q is more than Kc, then backward reaction is the probably possible and highly possible. Okay, by using the reaction quotient and equilibrium, by comparing these two values, we can predict the where is the equilibrium shifted, whether it is shifted to the right hand side or whether it is shifted to the left hand side. Okay, then equilibrium constant for gaseous reaction. If suppose we have the N2 plus thrice H2, you will obtain NH3. Okay, twice. Okay, so that is N2, 2N and 6H is obtained. Okay, N2 plus 3H2. Okay, reaction is the balance. 6 hydrogen is there, 2 into 3, 6 hydrogen, and nitrogen is the 2 in quantity. Therefore, for this reaction, equilibrium constant, okay, we have already studied, equilibrium constant is equal to the concentration of reactant is raised to power that our stoichiometric quantity, that 2 is the stoichiometric, raised to 2, okay, raised to 2. Then N2, there is 1 is there, therefore no, it has no raised power. Then H2 raised to thrice. Okay, therefore concentration NH3 is twice time, N2 is 1 time, H2 is the raised to 3. Okay, therefore reactant divided by the product, we can obtain the equilibrium constant for this gaseous reaction. Okay, this is homogeneous equilibrium, because gas and obtain the gas, that is homogeneous equilibrium. Gas is there in the form of the Kp, that is the, it is also the equilibrium constant at the pressure, in the pressure quantity. Therefore, in the pressure we can write the partial pressure of NH3 raised to 2, partial pressure of N2, partial pressure of H2 raised to 3. Like that way we can also Kc and Kp value. Okay, this is also equilibrium value in the form of concentration and in the form of the pressure. Okay, that is pressure of nitrogen and pressure of H2. Okay, like that way we have, in this lecture we have discussed the reaction quotient. We'll describe the equilibrium of a reaction. I hope you will get all this, you have get all these points, and thank you very much.